Hello and welcome. This is Health and Wellbeing, and I am Lois Apasambu. The quality of our life determines the quality of our wealth, and that is why it is of utmost importance that we take care of our health. Today on the program, we shall be discussing basic ways which we can stay fit in the midst of a busy life. My guest today is Dr. Zakaria Muhammad Amin, who is a specialist in anesthesiology, reanimation, and intensive therapy. He is the first consultant anesthesiologist in the FCT and has of late focused his attention studying the impact of nutrition and how it affects our health. Dr. Amin, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And it's nice having you here. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're going to go on a short break. When we return, our discussion will commence on healthy living. Do stay with us.
Following the sudden outbreak of cholera in some parts of the Federal Capital Territory, significant number of cases have been tested positive for cholera. The Health and Human Services Secretariat has intensified surveillance in the affected communities around the area council. Therefore, residents are requested to report any case of diarrhea to the nearest health facility or the Department of Public Health on the following numbers: Dr. Sadiq Abdurrahman, 0803 705 1784, or Dr. Doris John, 0803-315-6560. Ensure that the water used for domestic purpose is clean, boiled and filtered. Start ORS immediately you have diarrhea. Ensure that all food is properly cleaned and well cooked before consumption. Ensure that fecal waste are hygienically disposed of. Do not defecate in the open or into streams. Houses with surface wells should make sure they are covered all the time. Public Health Department, FCT Health and Human Services Secretariat. Announcer.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us on Health and Wellbeing. Before we went on the break, I told you that Dr. Amin is here with us to discuss basic healthy living in the midst of a busy life. So, Dr. Amin, basically, what would we say healthy living is all about?
Well, healthy living is a way of living that supports health, in a nutshell. So which means you should be living, as you are living, you should know and implement what I call the fundamentals of health. Yes, because we should also first maybe define what health is, because there is a definition of health by the World Health Organization. As health is defined as a state of physical, mental, and social well-being. So it's not about absence of diseases alone. So healthy living means somebody is living in such a way that he is in a state of balance or equilibrium, physically, mentally, and socially.
So you said something about what you define as fundamentals of healthy living. What are these fundamentals?
Okay. These fundamentals are what I think what I will call the pillars at the same time of health. They are known. First, I will talk about the mindset that supports health. It is known that the emotions of a person and his feelings at any given moment affect his own physical body. So if you have a mindset whereby you are always feeling negative emotions of like anger, jealousy, frustration, other things, they affect the body in a negative way. So a person has to have some kind of positive outlook at life in general. And since we are always thinking of something, it is usually what we are thinking at the moment that affects our mood. Many people don't maybe focus attention on that. But if you feel you are feeling suddenly bad, just watch what you have been thinking. You will see that it is something, maybe if you are in a positive mood, you find out that you have been thinking something positive. Sometimes when you're thinking positive, you start even smiling alone.
That's true.
Yes. So in the same way, if you are thinking something negative, you start either feeling frustrated or angry or hurt by something. So it's good for if people can take control of their thought processes. It's what we call internal dialogue. Because you are always dialoguing by, within yourself,
Yes.
thinking of something. So if you find yourself feeling a certain mood that is not good, stop whatever you are thinking. And then try and think something else. Or even do something that can raise your mood. Mood is very important, what we call mood, emotions. They are very, very important. So that's why where the mindset comes in. Where we sometimes have to adjust some beliefs we have. Because everything is based on our beliefs. What we feel is usually based on what we believe. If, let's say, somebody comes and tells you something that you believe he shouldn't have said that, it will now make you feel offended. But it's just basically because you believed that he shouldn't have said that. But if you change your mind now to say that that is his own opinion, he is free to have his own opinion, you feel that your mood will change. You'll not feel that bad. So this kind of mental exercise, to call it mental adjustment, people have to do it. That's to get the right mindset that supports health. Then another factor that affects health is, maybe let me start with the food you eat. Yes, the food that a person eats also has a big impact because what you eat is actually the building blocks of your body. It's just like when you're building a house. If you use mud blocks, the type of house.
Strong, yeah.
Yes, if you use quality blocks, you will have a quality building. It's the same thing. If you eat quality food, you will have a quality body. So that's why it's important for people to know that eating quality food is not like something you think is a lie. Whether you like it, it's something that should be a priority. People should make it a priority to eat the right food that is qualitative and nutritious. And it is known that nutritious food and food that support health more are actually plant-based foods. And plant-based foods, they support health because they contain there are some things called phytonutrients. Yes, these phytonutrients support the body in providing an antioxidant coverage and also anti-inflammatory coverage, which takes care of the wear and tear of the daily living. Yes, sort of. So these phytonutrients, they are not available in animal products.
Oh, okay. So when you say this now, do we talk about, because when you spoke about plant-based, what came to my mind is vegetables, salad, and that's what came to my mind. But would we also categorize the normal food that we cook in, I would say, in this part of the world as plant-based? Because quite a number of times I've heard people talk about the healthy food is just eating vegetables and salads. But does that mean that all these other foods, we have rice, we have maize and all these things, are not so good for the body?
Yes, they're all plant. When I say plant-based, I mean all of them, including the food we eat. Yes, the aspect that brings in the vegetables and fruits, I'm also going to talk about it, is the aspect that the food we eat, preferably, should have been more of the raw food. Yes, because it is known by even average people that cooking somehow reduces the value of food. It destroys certain important nutrients in the food. So as a result of that, when you are eating only cooked food, you are eating food that is somehow deficient in a lot of nutrients. And so somebody is more prone to have some metabolic or other diseases. So that is where the eating of fruits and vegetables comes in, and especially the raw ones. Because I used to call it living food. People should be eating a lot of living food. Because when you take, for example, like say you take raw onion, if you keep it, you'll see that it is growing, right?
Yes.
Even if you plant it, it will start growing. Why? Because there's life in it, yes. So from there, you will know that the benefit you will get from eating that, it's not the same that you'll get from eating a cooked one, which you can say is somewhat dead food. Because if you cannot plant cooked onion and expect. So that is where the eating of fruits comes in, because we usually eat them raw, so they are living food. So we are supposed to eat them because they are the ones that will somehow, the things that we miss from the cooked food, we will get them from these plants, vegetables and fruits. So that's why eating fruits and vegetables is so important. And it is also very important that we eat a lot of them. It's even one of the things I intend to advocate to people. Because sometimes people eat, when they say you should eat fruit and vegetables, they eat one fruit or two, maybe they will not eat it again till maybe
After 2 weeks.
yes, after 2 weeks or even 1 month. But that doesn't give any impact. Yes, another thing that people should know is what you do on daily basis, every day, is what gives the net result. So if you are eating the right food on daily basis, so there is no reason why you will not have a fine body. So in that aspect, there is the importance of consistency. People should eat consistently. You see, the body is a super system that can take care of many things, but you have to give the body the right nutrients and ingredients that it needs to take care of itself. So when you are eating this right food with all the nutrients that the body needs, you'll see that you stay for long even without getting sick. Because even when some bacteria or virus comes into your body, will take care of it.
True.
But it is when there is a lack of something in the body, that is when the body starts showing some signs of illness.
So you're talking about the fundamentals. I think it's just two, and they've already gone far in this. But you've just mentioned two. What are the others?
Yes. I will still talk about the food. The food that you eat should also have high water content, preferably, because when you look at the human body, it's said that about 65 to 70% of the human body is made of water. So even the food you eat should go along the line. So that is where, again, raw food comes in. Because most of fruits, most of vegetables, they contain a lot of water. Yes, and that's why they are more supportive of health. Rather than, more, for example, processed foods such as biscuits and all the things that are done in factories, they cannot be as healthy as natural fruits and vegetables, for example. So there's another aspect of food that I wanted to talk about, the amount you eat also. People should eat food in moderate amount without overeating, because overeating also will sort of stretch the system, the digestive system, when you overeat. You understand? So it's always good to eat in moderate amounts, and also to eat only when you are hungry. A lot of people eat food just because food is available.
Food is available.
Yes.
We are guilty of that.
Yes, and it's wrong. The body has its own body language, which is hunger. So once you feel hungry, then your body is telling you,
You need to eat.
yes. So you eat the right food, the right quantity, and you are good.
So let's move to something that I would call exercising. Most times when people talk about exercise, they say live a healthy lifestyle,
Yes.
And most times when people talk about healthy lifestyle, like you said earlier, mostly it's about eating fruits and vegetables and then exercising. What's the importance of exercising to our health?
Okay. It's part of the fundamentals of health. I call it activity, balance between activity and rest. I carry them together because we have to do some kind of activity. When you look at children, as soon as they finish eating food, you see them, they start running around, playing, they are very active. Yes. So, and when you look at animals also in the wild, you see them running, playing. So you have to burn any excess energy from your body. So that's why activity has to come in. Because if you eat calories and you don't do anything, you're just sedentary, a time will come when the calorie now will start being transformed into fat. Yes, for storage. But the activity is actually what causes the burning of the energy, and then you remain healthy. And then this activity has to be balanced. Yes, with rest, because you should not also do overactivity whereby you want to show like you are a hero.
You have abs. Like, talking about abs, you know, there's sometimes that people go for exercises because they want to get abs, they want to have muscles. Is that bad?
All that one is not even very necessary. When I'm talking about exercise or activity, just walking alone is enough. Just walk, go out strolling for about, let's say, 30 minutes. It's okay. But the issue is that consistency. The body wants health demands consistency for whatever it needs. So activity once needed, so you should be consistent, which means if you are able, you should do exercise every day. This walking, it can be brisk walking, it can be just normal walking. Just walk. You have a strolling, you stroll for about 30 minutes. But if you should find a way to do it every day. Some people think they must have some paraphernalia, you know, some kind of clothing and to put. It's not necessary. Like me, for example, when I'm not able to go out, I exercise indoors. This one I learned it from animals in the zoo. Yes, when I go to the zoo, I see animals going from one end to the other one. Obviously, they would have wanted to be running, but because they are restrained.
Yes.
So I do the same thing at home also. I time myself, and I start moving from one end of the room to the other. I just keep on doing it until my time is up. It still serves.
Now this is very interesting. Well, we're going to go on a short break. When we return, we'll talk about how we can put ourselves together and get ourselves fit in the midst of a very busy schedule, because obviously quite a number of us are very busy. And looking at it, it seems like there's no time to keep fit, there's no time to put things in place. But that will be what we shall be discussing when we come back from this short break. Do stay with us.
Following the sudden outbreak of cholera in some parts of the Federal Capital Territory, significant number of cases have been tested positive for cholera. The Health and Human Services Secretariat has intensified surveillance in the affected communities around the area council. Therefore, residents are requested to report any case of diarrhea to the nearest health facility or the Department of Public Health on the following numbers: Dr. Sadiq Abdurrahman, 0803-705-1784, or Dr. Doris John, 0803-315-6560. Ensure that the water used for domestic purpose is clean, boiled and filtered. Start ORS immediately you have diarrhea. Ensure that all food is properly cleaned and well cooked before consumption. Ensure that fecal waste are hygienically disposed of. Do not defecate in the open or into streams. Houses with surface wells should make sure they are covered all the time. Public Health Department, FCT Health and Human Services Secretariat. Announcer.
Thank you for staying with us. This is your health and well-being, and I'm here with Dr. Amin, who has been giving us tips on how to live a healthy life and stay fit, even in the midst of our very busy schedule. So, Dr. Amin, before we went on the break, you were talking about the fundamentals, what you call the pillars of healthy living, and you gave us our mood, you gave us our nutrition, we spoke about exercise. What more are the fundamentals? Okay,
sleep, quality sleep is also very, very important, because during sleep, that is when your body somehow recharges. Yes, all the wear and tear of the day. That's the time when the body now finds time to recharge itself. Yes, so nerve energy is now reimbursed at that time. So it's very important. And the quality of sleep is important. So that's why people should have, if necessary, if possible, a consistent time to go to sleep. On, like, say, by 10 p.m. or 11 p.m., you always go to sleep at that time. You should have at least a minimum of, as it is being advocated, 8 hours of sleep, yes. But the quality matters as well. So when you are going to sleep, you should make sure that your environment is conducive
for you
to have a quality sleep. So there should be no lighting, no noise. You should not watch, you should not do anything on your phone or watch TV like about an hour even
before
to the time. Yes. If you really want to have a quality sleep. Because it has been proved now that quality sleep has a bigger importance even than nutrition and exercise put together. Yes. It ages the body faster than all of them.
When you don't have quality
Quality, yes,
sleep.
when you are not having good sleep, your body ages faster.
Oh. Oh.
So it's very important. So that is another one. Another aspect is that of, because health is preventive. Health is preventive. So people have to be proactive in taking care of their health. So they should be, for example, paying attention to hygiene. This one we know the importance of hygiene.
Yeah.
Yes, to avoid infectious diseases, you know. So hygiene, we all know about it. There's hygiene of the environment where you live, there's hygiene of the body. So that is another fundamental aspect of health. There is the air you breathe. We are supposed to, as God has created us, we are supposed to breathe pure, clean air. So anything that is in the air is a pollutant. Me, for example, I don't even support these air fresheners, all this incense. And for me, since God created us to breathe pure air, so anything that is added now becomes a pollutant. Because it will reduce the amount of oxygen available to your body. See, and that is why that is another important thing to pay attention to. So people in their houses, they should always have well-ventilated rooms. They should all be open windows, you know, to have nice exchange of air. And find time also to be going to nature within the trees. Because the trees, many people don't know, I am sure, but those who read biology know that we are living like a symbiotic type of living with trees. Yes, trees produce oxygen as a waste product, which we need to survive. We now produce carbon dioxide as a waste product, which the trees use together with sunlight to do photosynthesis. So that is why it's always good to plant trees or to be always near trees. Because that's one way you will assure that you are breathing pure, clean air. Because trees also, they even help in purifying the air. Yes, because they catch impurities usually. So that is another aspect that is very fundamental. The other one is, I talked about it, about the food, is the alkalinity. Because human blood is slightly alkaline. So that's why whatever you drink or eat should be alkaline in nature. So we should avoid all things that are acidic.
Okay, so can you just give us, like, in points, what are things that are alkaline in nature?
Most of plant products are alkaline. So that's why we advocate, but animal products are acidic. It has been proved beyond doubt that most diseases, these are studies done in many countries, that most of the metabolic diseases like hypertension, diabetes, and all the rest of them, they are more in people who eat a lot of animal products. We're talking of meat, milk, eggs, fish, yes, all animal products. It has been proved beyond doubt that they are more, what can I say? They are more prone to causing illnesses in people. In fact, there's even one what do you call it? There are studies by the World Nutritionist done, which confirmed all these things. And one, Dr. Potenga, did his research also with cats at that time while trying to show the importance of raw food. That time that I'm telling you about. That when cats, he had, I think, experiment with about 900 cats, out of which half of them were given cooked meat and I think olive oil and I think it's not olive oil, it's cod liver oil and milk, whereas the others were given raw one. So he found that the ones that were given the raw ones actually thrived. Their offsprings, because it is a study done within the span of 10 years, their offsprings were well and doing, whereas the other ones who were eating the cooked things, they developed, their growth was stunted. At a certain stage, even their offsprings couldn't conceive. Yes, they become sterile. This is to do with the, I just remember it, to do with eating the raw thing. But also, as far as the animal products are concerned, there are doctors. There's one doctor, I don't know, maybe you have not seen it. It was even on WhatsApp, as a video, who her own self, she was sick and she was diagnosed with diseases that are said to be incurable. But when she stopped all animal products and just be taking only plant products, she got well. Yes.
So it's actually healing on its own.
Yes. To eat plant products more. Even I know some people maybe are so used to the animal products they cannot stop it, but at least you can reduce it to the minimum.
Yes.
Yes, or you can use some techniques, like when you want to eat small chicken, you take small amount and you eat it with a lot of salad.
Vegetables, yeah.
Yes, like salad, and we put small things like that because your health is worth doing all these things.
It is.
Yes,
It is.
because it seems some people don't take the health seriously, but it is, because without your health, you cannot do anything in an effective, efficient way.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Amin, for taking our time to be here with us and, just taking the fundamentals of what you call the pillars of healthy living has already taken up so much time. And that shows that there is a lot for us to talk about. And there's also a lot for us to do when it comes to taking care of our health. And earlier I said we're going to talk about how to integrate healthy living into our everyday lives. But basically, I believe you've already been able to do it, because giving us these examples that you have given us on how you can, no matter how tight the schedule is, you don't have to have a treadmill, you don't have to go outside of your house. Putting all these things in place could help with our health and help us live healthy lifestyles, as basic as it is, even though we're in a society where health is trivialized in some ways, but we sincerely appreciate you taking our time to come and speak to us on why and how we can live healthy lives. And we hope that next time when we call on you, you will still take our time.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you
Well, that's the size of our package today on health and well-being. Do remember, never trivialize your health, because your health is your wealth. Without your health, you can do nothing. Do keep it to date with us same time next week. I am Lois Apasambo. Do stay safe.